In 1496, the history of the Americas was still very much a mystery to Europeans. Christopher Columbus had made his first voyage across the Atlantic just 4 years earlier, landing in the Bahamas in 1492. Since then, other explorers had followed in his footsteps, hoping to claim new lands and resources for their home countries. One of these explorers was John Cabot, an Italian sailor who had been granted permission to explore the western seas by King Henry VII of England. Cabot had already made one voyage to the Americas in 1494, but had not found the rich resources he was hoping for. In 1496, he set out again, this time with 5 ships and a crew of around 300 men. Cabot's exact route is not known, but it is believed that he sailed north along the coast of North America, possibly reaching as far as Newfoundland. He may have even made contact with the indigenous peoples of the region, although there is little evidence to support this theory. Despite not finding the riches he was hoping for, Cabot's voyage was still significant. It marked the first recorded European exploration of the North American mainland since the Vikings had visited Newfoundland around the year 1000. It also established England's claim to the region, paving the way for future English colonization of North America. Meanwhile, in the Caribbean, Spanish explorers were continuing to explore and conquer the islands they had encountered on Columbus's first voyage. In 1496, Bartolomeo Columbus, Christopher's brother, led an expedition to Hispaniola, now Haiti and the Dominican Republic, with the goal of establishing a permanent settlement. The settlement, called La Navidad, was established on the site of Columbus's first landing in the Americas. Unfortunately, the settlement was short-lived. The Spaniards clashed with the indigenous Taino people, who resented the presence of the colonizers and the demands they placed on the land and resources. Disease and poor living conditions also took their toll on the settlers, and by the end of the year, La Navidad had been destroyed. Despite these setbacks, the year 1496 was a turning point in the history of the Americas. European explorers had established a foothold in the region, and the race was on to claim as much territory and resources as possible. The consequences for the indigenous peoples of the Americas would be devastating, as European diseases, violence, and displacement took their toll on their populations. But for the Europeans, the exploration and colonization of the Americas represented a new era of discovery and conquest, one that would shape the course of history for centuries to come.